Crashes don't come out of nowhere. They're built. Financial crashes don't appear overnight. They get built slowly, step by step, right in front of everyone. And that's why they're so deadly. Because by the time the news screams crisis, the real damage has already been done. Most people only notice the explosion, but the truth is, the system was leaking gas for years. And the scary part is this: crashes aren't random bad luck. They follow patterns, predictable patterns. And every time we ignore those patterns, the crash looks like a surprise. Today, I'm going to show you how financial crashes are created, who benefits before and after they happen, and how you can protect yourself by learning the warning signs early. Stay until the end. Because once you know how the crash is built, you'll stop being shocked by the headline, and you'll start seeing the storm before it hits. Let's start with the first building block of every crash: easy money. When interest rates stay low for a long time, borrowing becomes cheap. And when borrowing is cheap, people borrow more. House buyers stretch budgets. Businesses take bigger risks. Investors chase higher returns. And even regular people start thinking debt is normal, because everyone is doing it. This feels like growth. It feels like a strong economy. But sometimes it's not real strength. It's artificial confidence built on cheap credit. Like giving everyone energy drinks and calling it health. Now, the second building block: rising asset prices. Easy money pushes prices up. Stocks rise, homes rise, crypto rises, even weird things rise. And when people see prices rising, they get excited. They start believing the story. This time is different. They think the market can't fall. They think, if I don't buy now, I'll miss out forever. That emotion is powerful, because it's not just greed, it's fear of missing out. And fear makes people buy at the worst times. Pattern interrupt. If you ever hear people saying, prices only go up, that's usually the moment danger is closest. Now, the third building block: leverage. Leverage is borrowing money to buy more than you can afford. It's using debt to increase your gains. And yes, leverage can make you rich fast, in good times, but it can also destroy you fast, in bad times. Because leverage doesn't just increase profit, it increases pain. And when too many people use leverage, the whole system becomes fragile, like a tall building with weak supports. It looks impressive until the wind hits. Now, the fourth building block: bad loans. Every crash has a version of this. Loans given to people who can't pay. Loans given with fake confidence. Loans given because the lender believes they can sell the risk to someone else. And that's a huge clue. When lenders stop caring if borrowers can repay, it means they're chasing volume, not safety. And when safety disappears, collapse becomes only a matter of time. Now comes the fifth building block: the packaging of risk. This is where crashes get sneaky. Banks and big financial players don't always keep risky loans on their own books. They bundle them, they wrap them, they label them, they sell them to investors. It's like taking rotten fruit, putting it in a nice box, and calling it premium. The risk doesn't vanish, it just gets spread out. And when risk is spread out, nobody feels responsible. Everyone thinks it's not my problem until it becomes everyone's problem. Now, here's the cliffhanger. How does the crash actually start? It usually starts with something small. One company fails, one sector weakens, one payment gets missed, one interest rate rises, one headline shakes confidence, and then the entire system reacts. Because the system isn't built on cash, it's built on trust. When trust breaks, people run, investors sell, banks tighten, credit dries up, and suddenly what looked stable becomes unstable overnight. Now, the sixth building block, panic. Panic is not just emotion, it's a force. Panic makes people pull money out. Panic makes people sell at the bottom. Panic makes businesses freeze hiring. Panic makes banks stop lending. Panic turns a slowdown into a collapse. And here's the hardest truth. Panic is predictable. People always act the same in fear. That's why crashes repeat, because human behavior repeats, but pattern interrupt. The market doesn't crash when people are calm. It crashes when people all react at the same time. Now, let's talk about who benefits. Because if crashes were purely accidents, nobody would profit. But people do profit. The people who benefit before the crash are the ones who sell early, while prices are still high. The people who benefit during the crash are the ones with cash, who can buy distressed assets at discounts. And the people who benefit after the crash are the ones who own assets during the recovery. Crashes don't destroy wealth equally. They transfer it from the panicked to the prepared. Now, the seventh building block, the rescue after crashes. Governments and central banks often step in. They cut rates, they print money, they bail out systems, they stabilize markets, and sometimes it's necessary to stop total collapse. But it also creates a strange outcome. Asset prices recover faster than regular people recover. So if you owned assets, you bounce back. If you only had a paycheck, you struggle longer. That's why crashes widen the wealth gap. Not because people are evil, but because the system protects assets faster than it protects wages. Now let's bring it to the real lesson. Crashes are never just random. They are built by cheap money, rising prices, leverage, bad loans, hidden risk, and human panic. Then one spark lights the fire, and once it starts, it spreads fast. The worst part is, the warning signs are usually visible, but most people ignore them because the party still feels good. So what can you do? First, don't get hypnotized by booming markets. Second, avoid using debt to chase fast gains. Third, keep an emergency fund because cash gives you choices in a crisis. Fourth, invest for the long term, not for hype. Fifth, build skills that keep your income strong, even when the economy slows. And sixth, stay calm when others panic. Because calm people make the best decisions in the worst moments. Here's the final truth. The crash is not the end of the world. It's a reset. And resets create pain. But they also create opportunity. The people who get crushed are the ones who never saw it coming. The people who build wealth are the ones who prepared quietly, while everyone else was celebrating loudly. If you want more real money truth, financial history, and simple wealth lessons that actually help you win, subscribe to Cashfree World and hit like so YouTube pushes this to more people who need it. And comment below, do you think the next crash will come from housing, banks, or something else entirely?